Brian Jaques, Redwall Abbey and Lego. There's a very small window of time that the franchise can be made into Lego for a set of people to buy and build. To tell us more is Peter Eric Lang, a local historian, qualified tour guide from the Liverpudlian, and a fan of Redwall as well. Is that right?
Yes, it is. It's one of the key components of my childhood.
Really?
Yeah, so I've always loved Redwall. I watched the television series, so the late 90s, early 2000s. They did 3 seasons of a television show.
That was huge in the States, this, wasn't it? Absolutely massive. Well, not just the States, all over the world. Yeah,
globally. So I think something that I've found particularly interesting about this is really the fact that it's kind of a hidden gem of Liverpool in a sense, because it's Redwall Abbey, for those that don't know. It's like it's medieval set.
It's like Harry Potter kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a British franchise that's globally renowned, as you say, in the United States, in Russia, all over Europe, and it's just very much adored. But if you mention it locally, sometimes people aren't always fully aware of it, or they haven't read it. But I used to love the books. I used to love all the characters. They were beautifully detailed and very well wrritten.
Was there a mouse involved in this?
There was. The first ever character, sort of primary character, was Matthias the mouse.
Right. Okay.
And the original Redwall book. So he went on to write 22 books. The 22nd one was published in the May of 2011, so about 3 months just after he passed away. So he passed away when he was 71. And he was a Radio Merseyside presenter for nearly 30 years.
And the thing was with Jaques, he was a storyteller. And he could spin a yarn, he could tell a story, and he'd lived a life. You know, he's a docker at one time. You heard his theme tune there, so your man's scout and going to school with your lace undone and, playing Togger on the Oller and all of that stuff. So it was it was in his DNA, wasn't it? But what an incredible storyteller.
It was, yeah. So he described them as his sort of books, this universe he was building, as yarns, as old sort of tales that have existed sort of for all of time, and that he's just bringing it back to life almost from the Middle Ages, because it's all these anthropomorphic animals. So you've got mice, you've got badgers, all these inherently, quote unquote good characters, and they're wanting to protect their little pasture of land in Mossflower, centred around the Redwall Abbey. And then there's these, for the purpose of storytelling, these inherently evil animals, so the sort of the rats and the snakes that were coming after
it's
to
goodies
take
and baddies,
the things.
Isn't it? It's the old tale of goodies and baddies, isn't it?
It is, and I think what's particularly interesting, when we were saying about the yarn, he'd never intended to publish these. So in his varied career, he was a merchant seaman. He went round the world. When he left school, he was a railway fireman, and when he was a milkman, what he did was he did a round, and he ended up basically telling stories and reading stories to the children at the School of the Blind in Wavertree. And what he found, that was they were too full of sort of teenage angst, and there wasn't that sort of grip of a proper story that you could get your teeth into. So what he decided to do was write stories himself, and he scribbled them on these manuscripts and read them to the children. And then Alan Durband, so one of the huge name in Liverpool in terms of who's the head of English in the Liverpool Institute, and then he was one of the co-founders for the Liverpool Everyman, the Liverpool Playhouse, before they merged, the Liverpool Playhouse. And he said to Brian, you need to get these published. I'll send them to a publisher, because you'd be a fool not to have these published. So that sort of escalated and evolved, and then he ended up with 22 books, a TV series in the late 90s.
I remember it was on the telly as well, wasn't it? For a little while,
and then he did a graphic novel, he had a book, because what Redwall is all about, the highs and lows of life, really introducing children from the ages of 8 upwards to sort of the brutal reality of life. So it's like Bramley Hedge meets the English War of the Roses, a sense. It's like these gorgeous, beautifully illustrated.
There were life lessons in an age-appropriate way that you could connect to and understand.
Yeah, so it's all about 1 minute the cherishing life, and they're having these stunningly described meals and feasts in this beautiful, secluded Redwall Abbey. They're having these beautiful feasts. He described them so that the children of the blind school could see as such, so he could vividly describe the food, the meals they were having. And then it would be, you're sitting and you're with your family, your friends, your loved ones, and then the sort of the darker, more gritty side of life, but represented through battles, through betrayal. And it sort of touched sensitive topics in life, like death, where if a character died, they wouldn't come back. In like, so modern day sort of superhero shows, someone always comes back.
Yeah.
But in Redwall, that never happened, and that was sort of an introduction for younger people to understand.
But that's quite clever in a way, isn't it? It's quite clever in a way that, you know, things in life do go wrong. It's being able to deal with it. You know, in that age-appropriate way, if you like. So, I mean, that's a gift to be able to have that. So where does the Lego thing come in there? I mean, this is huge. I mean, we've got the Batmobile, we've got all kinds of stuff in Lego. So where does this come in?
Exactly. So I came across, there's a portal as part of the Lego website called Lego Ideas, and it's like sort of an early sort of framework for it. So people can go on to Lego Ideas and browse different, like, user, like, community-based suggestions. So people can go in and they can suggest something. So there was a user called Rocking Chair that put forward the suggestion of how about we have a Lego Redwall Abbey. So they uploaded some images of how it would look. It'd be about 3,000 pieces, and then they'd suggest, you know, the likes of characters like Martin the Warrior, which there's a book about, one of the sort of the founders of Redwall Abbey, because the stories take place before Redwall was built, during it, and then after as well. So it's multi-generational. So there's books that are based on Martin the Warrior, and then his father, the book called Luke the Legend, The Legend of Luke. But this would be really incredible. So what people would need to do, they need to get to 5,000 signatures by the end of September.
And then Lego will look at it, will they, after that?
So it's like multi-stage. So they're at about 2,500 signatures now. And when they get to 5,000, that gives it another extension of window to get to 10,000 in total. And then Lego would look at it and basically look at turning it into a figure set, like a Lego set that would be on the shelves.
You're going to buy this if it comes out, aren't you?
Oh yeah,
you're going to buy this, aren't you?
Well, I think the thing is, it's a lack of visibility. It's almost like fragmented knowledge, because people are kind of unaware. There's millions of fans of Redwall around the world, and there's like 1.6 million people in the Liverpool City region, and it'd be amazing to have a very tangible modern day, because Brian Jaques passed away 14 years ago, 14 and a half years ago, and it would be amazing to have a very tangible sort of a Lego set to represent the legacy, which is still going on.
Love that.
Because it's Liverpool, we have cultural creative heritage, and that's something that would be amazing. So if people wanted to they'd look up Lego Redwall Abbey, and then they'll be able to create an account. They just put in their email and their name and their age,
and you can vote,
and then they can just vote for it.
Okay,
Thank you.
Well, we're almost out of time. Good to see you, Pete, again. And when can we get on your tours as well?
Yes, so if you're interested to come on my tours, I run a cultural website called the Liverpudlian.
Can Evertonians go on it?
Yes, they can.
Excellent. Okay,
they
just
can.
checking.
So anyone can book onto a tour. If you just search the Liverpudlian, I'll come up. It's on Instagram as well. It's the Liverpudlian.
Okay.
So I do tours, and I have a shop in Red Brick Market as well.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome, mate.
Yeah,
don't leave it so long next time. Come on in.
Yes, I will. It's just thank you for letting me talk about it.
No, it's great. Yeah.
Amazing to have cultural heritage of Liverpool.
Hey, it'll be even better, wouldn't it, if we get a Lego set of Redwall?
Yeah, I know. Liverpool franchise, a Lego set. We've got the Beatles. Why not Redwall Abbey?
Okay, get in there. Thanks. Good to see you.
Thank you so much.